you have to have one specific map where you kind of have to guess, okay, are they picking Mayans here? Then exactly you have to pick Goth. So that's quote-unquote 1 in a 5 chance. It's obviously a bit more likely. And then you still have to face the Mayan army, right? If they are playing Mayans Celts, you're just getting wrecked there. So it's just a very, very high risk. Maybe something Fire and Goku could go for, but I don't see them going for that. And they might get Goth, right? The Goth are so bad in team games as well, because the army composition to get to is like really bad. For example, if we play Arabia and you are sure they will play Mayans on Arabia, and you play Goth, what are we doing in Feudal Age against, let's say, Franks? Or no, what are we playing against? Let's say a Khmer player that goes Scouts and a Mayan player that goes Archers. What is the Goth player adding? Archers? Really bad. Scouts? What other than the Mayan player will always wreck the other Archer player? So, yeah. And then still, army compositions, like team compositions, are getting really tricky. Do you consider being direct as rudeness or honesty? I think being direct is direct. Rudeness is rudeness and honesty is honesty. I heard a good saying the other day. When people say, yeah, I was just brutally honest, did they care more about...
Thank you for your work. What are you thinking about the AoE 2 Definitive Edition?
Don't interrupt me when I'm trying to explain something. So if people say, yeah, I was just brutally honest, sometimes you don't really know what was more important to them. The honesty or the brutality behind this. Yeah. So who disrupted me? Mrs. Morava. Thanks anyways. Bad timing though. Okay, thank you for your work. What are you thinking about AU2 Definitive Edition? I'm not allowed to say anything, right? Everyone who has it is signing an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, so you will have to wait for next weekend and then I can maybe talk a bit about it. So now we are giving civilizations to our opponents. Turks are given to Fire and Goku. Vietnamese and Teutons are given to Viper and Teddo. How good is Viper right now? I have heard that he's not that good anymore. He is by far and unconsiderably number 1. But yeah, he did not win the last 2 tournaments he participated in. Which did not happen the 4 years before. He lost ECL and MSC. Ah yeah, he won the mono. Okay, info, like 3 days ago. He lost the last 2 he played. Now he won another one again. If you can't take the fact, honesty is a failure of a person in a sense. That's not true. If I tell you, you are ugly, that's honest. And if you can't take that, that's somewhat understandable. And if you say like, I'm just honest, you are ugly. And it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, honesty is and honesty are different things. And yeah, obviously you can be the great human being and not be affected by that at all. But I think I'm a big fan of honesty, right? And I had like people really like go into me and telling like, was that really necessary? Like I threw people out of my parties because I felt like you don't fit in here. And, or like, yeah, even my best friend, I told him, I don't want you to invite anyone into the party. And he said like, oh, don't you trust my judgment? And I said, yes. And yeah, that was weird for both of us, but I think it's something I had to say. Yeah. But yeah, that's a very complex question, guys. Like, how often does the waiter ask me, how was the food? And I was like, good. Okay, that might be another issue, but okay. It's boiled down to the fact that everything you say should be true, and not everything that's true should be said. Hello! I don't have a song for that. Holy moly, that will be my stream title tomorrow. Everything you say should be true, but not everything that's true should be said. You don't like good food? I don't think anyone is ugly per se, but they definitely can behave very ugly. Okay. That's always how I respond to waiters. Like, last time I ate out, I told them like I knew 4 different things that could be improved on this dish, right? And then they asked me like, how was it? And I told them the one thing that annoyed me the most. And then she was like, why didn't you say earlier? I didn't want to send my food back, kind of. It's like, yeah. Like my father obviously already got his food. Yeah. Well, but that's, I think, a different issue, and we are drifting away. If everyone would always tell the truth, there would be much more conflicts in the world. Probably more bigger conflicts, but we would also avoid some conflicts. Saracen Mayer. Oh yeah, Obsidian Arrows. Not enough truffles? Too many. I think there shouldn't be more than 15% of truffles on a plate. I never send my food back, it's so weird. It's all cause you're very hungry and you want to eat and not wait 20 more minutes. Hey, does someone know do Ruby personal letter details that work? Just know that it's mine and my friend's team game won't work. Both opponents' stats are completely contradictory. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe someone can help you. If everybody would be completely honest, people would get used to it. I think in politics, it can't really work. But maybe it should work this way. I don't have some good thoughts about it. You see airdrop with pictures? No. It's way more civilizations, right? And beforehand. But yeah, his airdrop is pretty slow as well. Exclamation mark 2 pools, man. Nidhi, thank you for taking the time to share your reflection. Oh boy, I'm not sure if anything I said was clever, but You're welcome. I think there would be fewer conflicts. Flo, I think I know the answer to your question, and I feel really clever knowing it. So basically, the question is, why did Viper and Tato pick those two home maps? It is because they never played those maps and don't want to practice them, and then they want to get into the feel how those maps play mode. So they will pick them as their home maps. I wouldn't even be surprised if they let a game slide, just to have a competitive game on those maps, to have a good feeling for the semifinals and the finals later on. That's what happened in Battle of Africa as well. They played a lot of different special maps just to get a better feel and get more and more into the tournament, and they're learning as the map processes. As the tournament processes. And that's why they are picking the maps that they have the least idea about. And they still feel like they will win against BZK. They actually both wanted to pick Cave of Storms as their home map. Okay, yeah. That's a map they don't have a good feel for either. Isn't fully disrespect? I think it's very clever tournament planning. And yeah, like they know that if they try hard, they will 3-0. So it makes sense. Okay, what was the question? Could you maybe explain why there are teams of 3 guys? It's just you can have the roster of 3 people. It's 2v2. If you had politically incorrect views that would jeopardize your livelihood, would you be honest about them? No. Like, why would I? Like, for example, my humor is very politically incorrect. And I'm not sharing any of that on stream. Simply because I want to save my job, right? Always the same 10 bottom civs, but different top 10 civs, but also have different maps pools. Interesting, right? Byzantines, Goths, Magyars. Yeah, someone like that. They actually both wanted to pick... okay. Okay, honestly, Nidhi, can you explain why Turks are so bad, please? Not a good eco bonus early on. And people, I think, undervalue the gold eco bonus. When does it start? I would say 3 minutes. So we give the hype song. We'll get some sugar water. We'll go to the bathroom. And then we are back with Viper and Tato against Fire and Goku. Enjoy and spam some Nidhi hype. What did I say? Enjoy and spam some nilly hype. I hope you're at least enjoying, but one part is clearly lacking. I give you another 30 seconds to show me what you got. Junke. Sorry for cutting that off too early. Okay. You made up for it. I drank too much too quickly. What's up, Hippo lovers? It is time for the last quarterfinal here. The Viper and Shadow against Fire and Goku. Best of 5 coming our ways. How two pools work is that both teams picked 5 civilizations for themselves at the top here, and then they got 5 civilizations drafted from their opponents for them. You always have to pick 1 civilization from Pool A, 1, and 1 civilization from Pool 2. And we always start with Arabia, and now can jump into the action here. Casting. Oh no, that's a big sign. Hello. Bloop. And now we can go. Okay, starting in the bottom right, we have the Viper as the Slavs, and already stealing a boar here apparently, and we have an instant restart. I'm doing all this professional intro stuff for nothing. Boar stolen, and they went back. Fields nearly, man. I did all the nice scrolling and such. Why Byzantines picked as a bottom civ? Just lack of eco bonus? Yes. Fast Imp Arbalest should be good. And they can also contest water. I don't think that they're that bad. That's why, like, they're considered... Like, honestly, don't we feel like we're in a good state of Age of Empires? That... the weak 10 civilizations are still absolutely playable, or at least some of them. I think Vietnamese are playable, I think Byzantines are playable, I think Teutons are playable, Burmese for sure, Magyars for sure, Koreans, Turks. I only see Goth pretty weak, Khmer don't have any bonuses, Saracens not the biggest bonuses. But yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. Goth best civ? Not really. Uptime? 10 hours, 17 minutes. I started the reward a bit earlier. I'm live for 9.5 hours. Yeah, Spectator is starting, so game will start in 1.5 minutes. Thanks everyone for being up here this late. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and are enjoying the show. I'm trying my very best to be your entertainer for the evening. And we will do the intro again. Persians are very good in 2v2. Apparently they're one of the middle civilizations. We haven't seen them a single time. Seems no 2.3k today. That's true. Late Goth. Last time Late Goth wasn't pretty. Last time